Oh dear, am I too loud? Oh fuck, I'll have to figure it out. Silo! Hello, hello, happy Sunday. I hope that everyone is doing well. Oh, maybe the music is too loud on my end. Oh dear. I hope that you're all having a really, really good end to your weekend. I hope that it's been an absolutely fantastic one for everyone. I know that there was a lot of stuff going on this weekend, so I do hope that everyone still had a fantastic one. Yes, yes, yes. Did I steal anything from Dias Casino? No. Why would I do that? I would never. I would never. It's a little too loud. I can turn that down a little. Is that any better? Yay! Hooray! Is someone wanting curses? Oh, curse knowledge, I'm assuming. I don't know if today is gonna have a lot of curse knowledge, honestly. I know that that was the title, but I think a lot of the things that we grabbed were not super cursed. Oh, I could look up some other cursed things, though. I have nothing against that. I quite enjoy cursed knowledge. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, you're right, Gumo. Neither me or Daya has ever committed a crime. I don't know what you're talking about. There are no crimes here. There are no crimes anywhere. Yep, 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 yep. Yay. There is only totally normal days and totally normal Tanuki. Shh. You can't hear the sirens. You can definitely hear this. I don't know who I'm kidding. You can. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything is perfectly a-okay. Probably. Yes. There are no crimes in Ba Sing Se. Exactly. After all, war crimes are only a crime after the war is over. No crimes. None. Absolutely zero. Strudel, thank you for the soup. I appreciate it. You have some curse knowledge. Did you know both etymologies for avocado literally mean sack that hangs below? Oh. Is that where the idea that avocado tastes like clean dick is that where that came from? Because I don't remember which of my kohai told me that, but I was did not need to know that people thought that. That makes me vaguely. I like avocados, okay? I don't like that idea. Oh, you guys didn't know. You'd never heard that. Oh, well, congratulations. Wait, no, I can Google it. It's not, I promise. Okay. Yeah. It was a thing that was going around the internet in like the early 2020s. Or like not me just having that confirmed. I don't need this knowledge in my head. It's fine. I think I've already told you guys that, like, for a long time, my favorite smoothie was avocado and honey, and now I feel the need to find a new favorite smoothie. Why? Why is this knowledge that I needed? It's not. Is this how you guys feel every time I say something stupid? feel like it is. I feel like it must be. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you for joining the membership. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. She did it to herself. Well, technically, one of the other girlies did. I don't remember which one, but it was a whole conversation, and then the rest of us were like, "That doesn't seem correct. That doesn't seem correct at all." I think the ones who were like the most like, "I don't like this piece of information," were me and Meeta. Science curse grows. It is what it is. It is what it is. But that's fine. That's, you know. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh. But this was information that I believe became like part of public consciousness through TikTok. Yeah. Kind of like during the panini, there were people who were saying that the ball sack has like taste receptors. Like you could taste like salt or umami, and so people were like dipping their ball sacks into like soy sauce. Turns out that no, that is not in fact the case. So, you know, like, please don't do that. But a lot of people were doing it, and a lot of people did believe that that was actually the case for a while. Yeah, you knew about that one? Yeah. Me and the bros dipping our balls in soy sauce. Yeah, honestly. I questioned that. I was like, wouldn't that mean that you would always just taste your own ball sweat? That can't be right. That absolutely cannot be correct. I feel like a lot more men would just generally not be okay if that was actually a thing. So I immediately assumed that that was just incorrect information. Cease these curse statements. Look, you guys were like, what curse knowledge are we going to learn today? So I thought I would, you know, give you some curse knowledge or whatever. Could be a bonding activity for the bros. I mean, I obviously don't know what bro bonding behavior is like, but is that actually a bonding activity? Is that actually a thing that people would do together? Because I feel like, you know, I don't know if like sitting in a circle and dipping your balls in soy sauce is like actually a bonding activity. I feel like a lot of people would not be okay with that. But then again, what do I know? I am not a bro. If you're close enough, sure. Oh. Okay, it is what it is. I mean, I guess if you were ever on a sports team or anything, you would have shared a locker room. I guess. Yeah. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Maybe with enough alcohol. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. You played any sports? I used to play a lot. Mainly, like my main sports were like soccer, basketball, volleyball, maybe some track. But I played a lot of different things. Where did they get the boy? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if they shared the soy sauce. I really didn't think about it that much. I didn't really go into depth. I felt like that was not something that was for me to contemplate. But I mean, if you want to contemplate that, then like, I guess, yeah, I don't know. I would assume that you'd each get your own bowl. Unless you wanted to share the ball soy sauce. I don't know what goes on in male bonding, okay? For all I know, that's a totally normal thing to do. The acquisition of knowledge is a road that must be taken for the greater good of humanity. I feel like there's a lot of things that humanity doesn't need to know, but it's fine, you know? It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Ooh, you touched my tra-la-la, my ding-ding. Anyway, we're not gonna go there. I need to stop. Let's just, like, pad this knowledge out of your ear forever. There. No more weird thoughts. I guess now we can move on to, actually reading, maybe? I feel like that's probably the, safer thing to do. I think it's the safer thing to do. Probably. Alright, let's see. Oh, I forgot I had this one up. Alright. Let me just swing over to the side here. Hat. Sorry, will also need to like mute myself maybe a little bit more than usual today. I think I'm coming down with a cold, which some of them are informant suggestions, some of them are general internet suggestions. Yes. It's one or the other. There are a lot of random ones. Hello, Spacey. Hello. Alright. Wait. We're on the wrong screen. Of course. Alright. It looks like we're in the same place, but we're not, apparently. Am I back? Are we alive? Hello? What? Oh dear. Yeah, I guess it just decided it didn't want to exist anymore. Alright, let's see here. Alright, this time, hopefully it won't just decide to kill itself. The very first one was actually one that people wanted in our very first wiki reading. So we are starting with Neopets. Neopets is a free-to-play virtual pet website. First launched in 1999, the website allows users to own virtual pets, Neopets, and explore a virtual world called Neopia. Players can earn one of two virtual currencies. One currency, called Neopoints, can be obtained for free through the on-site features like games, events, and contests. The other, Neocash, is purchased with real-world money and can be exchanged for wearable items for pets. Why did you have to say it's 25 years? Oh, no. Wow. No one needed that knowledge. It's fine. Players can buy digital food, toys, and other items for their Neopets to keep them happy. They can also customize the appearance of their Neopets by applying different colors, clothing, accessories, and styles. Additionally, users can train their Neopets to fight in the Battle Dome, which offers both PvP and PvE battles. Players interacting with others through social features like message boards or guilds, or by buying, selling, and trading items with another. Yum. All I can think when I think of Neopets is the omelette. Or the great omelette. Creation and growth from 1999 to 2005. Neopets was conceived in 1997 by Adam Powell, a British student at the University of Nottingham at the time. He shared the idea with Donna Williams, and the two started work on the site in September of 1999, with Powell responsible for the programming and the database, and William the web design and art. Their original office was located in Guildford. With the help of the two friends, the site launched on the 15th of November, 1999. Powell stated that the original goal was to keep university students entertained and possibly make some cash from banner advertising. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize that it was originally meant for university students. The site contained popular cultural references, such as a Neopet that was simply a picture of entertainer Bruce Forsyth, and another that was a cartoon version of singer Macy Gray. The user base grew by word of mouth, and by Christmas 1999, Neopets was logging 600,000 page views daily and sought investors to cover the high cost of running the site. Later in the month, American businessman Doug Doring was introduced to the creators of the site and, along with other investors, bought a majority share in January of the following year. Neopets Incorporated was incorporated, by Doring in February of 2000 and began business on the 28th of April. Doring used Scientology's organization board to manage the company. What? Powell and Williams were unaware of the Scientology connections until searching the employees at the newly formed company 6 months later, but did not address this until the company hired a woman to introduce Scientology to Neopets. Powell and Williams stopped the addition of any Scientology education into Neopets and ensured that such content never made it into anything site-wide. With the new company, intellectual property that did not belong to Neopets was removed, but the site kept the British spellings. The website made money from the first paying customers using an advertising method trademarked as immersive advertising. In 2004, Neopets released a premium version and started showing advertisements on the basic site that were not shown to premium members. In the 2000s, Neopets was consistently noted as one of the stickiest sites for children entertainment. What does that fucking mean? Published on a website, which is the purpose of getting the user to return to the popular website and hold their attention. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. A press release from Neopets in 2001 stated that Neopets.com led in site stickiness in May and June, with the average user spending 117 minutes a week. Oh, I spent way more than that. Oh, okay. Neopets also led in the average number of hours spent per user per month in December 2003, with an average of 4 hours and 47 minutes. A 2004 article stated that Nielsen Net Rating reported that people were spending around 3 hours a month on Neopets. What the fuck? More than any other site in its Nielsen category. By May 2005, a Neopets affiliated video game producer cited that 35 million unique users, 11 million unique IP addresses per month, and 4 billion web page views per month. This producer also described 20% of the users as 18 or older, with the median of the remaining 80% at about 14. Understandable. Yeah, I would have been... I would have been under the median, and yet over the amount of time spent on this site. Interesting. Not gonna lie though, I spent a lot of time on this site because one of our family friends, the mom, was showing all of us how to work the market, buy low and sell high. So we spent a lot of time, I'm not sure if we were really helping her or just doing it for ourselves, but we were gathering a ridiculous amount of money on Neopets just because we could. And no, I think it was for her, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because we got paid in items. Yeah. Okay. Alright, we were scammed by the mom. I worked in a Neopet mine. Buying low, selling high, all so that I could get the paintbrush that I so desired. Viacom, 2005 to 2014. Viacom, the American conglomerate that owns Nickelodeon, purchased Neopets Incorporated on the 20th of June 2005 for $160 million and announced plans to focus more on the use of banner ads on the site's existing immersive advertising. Founders Powell and Williams left Neopets Incorporated shortly after the purchase due to creative differences. The following year, a gaming event called the Altador Cup was released to improve interactivity between users and to coincide with the 2006 FIFA World Cup. It had 10.4 million participants in its first year. 2006 also saw the release of Neopets Mobile, a T-Mobile exclusive premium service which allowed users to visit the new land of Lutari Island. The service was discontinued on the 30th of June 2009, leaving this island completely inaccessible. Ooh, I feel like those items then would have been worth a lot. Neopets was consistently ranked among the top 10 stickiest sites by both Nielsen Net Ratings and ComScore Media Matrix in 2005 and 2006. The website was redesigned on April 27, 2007, and included changes to the interface and ability to customize Neopets. In June, Viacom promoted Neopets through mini-shows on its Nickelodeon channel. Promotions included the second Altador Cup and led to an increase in traffic through the site. However, according to Nielsen Net Ratings, in 2007, Neopets lost about 15% of its audience over the previous year. On the 17th of July, the NC Mall was launched in a partnership with the Korean gaming company Nexon. It allowed users to use real money to purchase Neocash and buy exclusive virtual items. In February 2008, ComScore ranked it as the stickiest kids entertainment site, with the average user spending 2 hours and 45 minutes per month. Per month? That's it? Not per day? Are you sure? Per month. Okay. On the 17th of June 2008, Viacom formed the Nickelodeon Kids and Family Virtual Worlds Group to encompass all paid and subscription gaming initiatives across all relevant platforms, including Neopets. By June 2011, Neopets announced that the website had logged 1 trillion page views since its creation. Jumpstart Games acquired Neopets from Viacom in March of 2014. Server migration began in September. Oh, it's just a totally different section, eh? Oh, and then by Netiverse. Okay, so this is all more recent stuff. So, I don't think I would have touched Neopets in this particular time period at all. Interesting. Yeah, and then they broke the site. They broke the website by taking out the flash elements. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. But it's back online now, so I guess if you want... Oh my god, the bunnies. What are you doing? Bunnies. What noises are you producing? The fuck are they chewing on? Alright. Maybe it's okay. Alright, well, I'll go check on them if they start being loud again or something. I'm not gonna bother reading these, given that I don't know and don't really care too much about most of the 2014 and on things. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. They broke the site. They broke it. They made it sad. It's only recently come back. Wait. There's a Neopets Metaverse NFT project. Are you fucking kidding me? What the hell? What the fuck? Is air traffic redirected or something? That was weird. Alright. Generally they don't fly this way. That sounded really close. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Or maybe it's just through this mic? I don't know. I've got my headphones in, directly attached, so that sounded far too close for comfort. My brain, I hear airplanes and immediately I just think that they're going to crash into me and I'm gonna die and everything is going to tumble to the ground and be terrible. Same. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, I do understand that that is not like a normal thing to think about, but it is generally always what I think about. So self-centered. I know. How terrible. How terrible. Gameplay. Neopets allowed users to create and care for digital pets called Neopets and explore the virtual world of Neopia. There is no set objective for the users, but they are expected to feed and care for their Neopets when they grow hungry or ill. Neopets will not die if neglected, but their health can limit their gameplay. Neopets come in a variety of species and colors, and users can create or adopt their own. Users can obtain items to interact with their Neopets, such as books to read and toys to play with. Neopets can be customized using certain clothing items, paintbrushes, morphing potions, and accessories. Neopets themselves can have pets of their own, called pet pets. Users can build a customizable new home for their Neopets and furnish it with furniture, wallpaper, and flooring. Neopets can battle against other Neopets or non-playable characters in the Battle Dome, but they cannot die there. Neopia is a virtual planet with fantasy lands inhabited by Neopets and other virtual creatures. Each land has a different theme, such as pirates or prehistory, and their own shops, games, and attraction. Neopia follows its own calendar and time zones, which runs concurrently with real-world Pacific time. It has tie-ins with real-world holidays such as Halloween and Christmas. It has its own economy. Economy. That's the one. Why can I not talk today? It has its own economy and stock market based on Neopets. Users can earn Neopets through various means, including playing games and selling items, which can be invested or used to buy various virtual goods and services. The site is regularly updated with features like new games, items, and content. Occasionally, the Neopets team release interactive storylines to expand the in-universe lore. In addition to the site content updated by the Neopets team, users also contribute content to the site. User contributions come in the form of pre-screened submissions and readily editable content that is automatically filtered, such as the site's weekly electronic newspaper, the Neopian Times. There are different types of submissions that would be accepted. Users can earn Neopets, Neopoints, from playing games. Games come in many different genres, which include action, puzzle, and chance. Most games have set maximum earnings for playtime. Players may also earn trophies and other awards in the games if they score high enough or perform better than other users. Both single-player and multiplayer browser games are available. The site houses over 100 games. The earliest game released were simple browser-based PHP games. Most of the site's games run on Adobe Flash Player, while a handful of others use Adobe Shockwave Player. In 2020, the anticipation of the discontinuation of Adobe Flash, Neopets released HTML5 versions of 7 of these games, followed by the release of an additional 3 in October 2021. In January of 2021, Adobe Flash was discontinued, making most of the Adobe Flash games impossible to play without workarounds. Terrible. That was a weird noise. I can't recreate it. Interesting. Users can also participate in contests and spotlights judged by staff to showcase the user's talent. Quests to retrieve items may also be performed for users' specific NPCs. Challenges may be made against other players or random players in a world challenge. For a prize piece and the Neopoints from the jackpot for certain web games. Monthly competitions also exist for multiplayer games with 4-week-long elimination rounds. The economy is based on Neopoints. Users can also exchange real money for Neocash, used exclusively for the NC Mall. Users can earn Neopoints through playing games, selling items, and other transactions. Once earned, they can be saved in the bank to buy items from other users or non-playable character shops, used to buy and sell stocks in Neopian stock market called the Neodac, parody of the Nasdaq, or used to buy various other things. Items can be bought from shops found throughout the world of Neopia that are run by NPCs who may allow bargaining. Users can open their own shops to sell items, sometimes after obtaining those items at a lower price from sources such as shops or charities. Items may also be exchanged through trading or auction. I did a lot of trading and auctioning. Community. Neopets has a community for users to chat and to connect with other users. Each user has their own profile that they can edit with HTML and CSS, and are represented by avatars provided by the website, as users cannot upload their own. Most avatars must be unlocked by completing certain in-game tasks, such as winning a contest or getting a high score in a game. Users may request others to be neo-friends or block other users from contacting them. To comply with COPPA, users under 13 years of age cannot access any of the site's communication features without sending in a parental consent via fax. The main features include neo-mail, neo-boards, and guilds. All you had to do was say that you were over 13. I was never over 13 for these things. The amount of times where I would just decide to be somewhere between 2 to 5 years older for sites like Neopets or Gaia. Yeah, RuneScape, yeah, Maple Story. Yep. It is what it is, you know, it is what it is. Discussions through these features are restricted and may not involve topics such as dating and romance or controversial topics like politics or religion. Continuous moderation is performed by paid NeoStaff staff members, and users can help moderate the site by reporting messages they believe are inappropriate or offensive. Messages are also automatically filtered to prevent users from posting messages with profanity or lewd content. How many accounts? You're over 100? Oh. I just assumed that everyone would die by like 80. So I never tried to make myself look too much older. Also, I was definitely one of those kids who was like, I can pretend that I'm older than I am. I'm a mature kid. Yeah, I've since heard that if you're mature as a kid, you're more likely to be immature as an adult, because you don't feel the need to change. And here we are. So, you know, whatever. Totally wrong. It's totally wrong. I'm totally mature as an adult. Save me. Your birthday is the 1st of January, insert random year. Oh, no. Because then what if you need the year to access the count again? Oh my god. Let's see. Described as an online cross of Pokemon and Tamagotchi, Neopets has received both praise and criticism. It has been praised for having educational content. Children can learn HTML to edit their own pages. They could also learn how to handle money by participating in the economy. Reviews from About.com and MMO Hut considered the multitude of possible activities a possible aspect. Most of the users are female, higher than in other MMORPGs, but equivalent social networking-driven communities. Two, rather, yeah. Lucy Bradshaw, a vice president of EA, attributed the popularity among girls to the openness of the site, and said that games have a tendency to satisfy on more than one dimension, have a tendency to have a broader appeal and attract girls. What does that mean? What does that mean? To the openness of the site? Is that like, do girls like open world games? Question mark? To satisfy in more than one dimension. I don't really, you know what, it's fine. I don't need to understand. Luck and Chance Games drew criticism from parents as they introduced children to gambling. In Australia, a cross-promotion with McDonald's led to controversy with Neopets Luck Chance Games in October of 2004. 2004. Yep. Yep. Yeah, that's definitely correct. Yes. As Australian tabloid television show Today Tonight featured a 9-year-old boy who claimed the site requires one to gamble in order to earn enough Neopets to feed one's Neopets. New points to feed one's Neopets, or else it would be sent to the pound. That's not true. While gambling is not required, nor are pets sent to the pound if unfed, the website includes games of chance based on real games such as blackjack and lottery scratch cards. After this incident, Neopet prohibited users under the age of 13 from playing Neopets casino-style games. That's weird, because I think that a lot of kids get lottery scratch cards, or got lottery scratch cards, as like presents from older family and things, right? Or at least I used to all the time. And for like Christmas and stuff, we would, in our stockings, just get like a silly little scratch card. And I know a lot of kids that I knew growing up did as well. So that's a bit odd to me. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe that was like a North American or Raccoonian thing. Possibly. I don't know, man. How puzzling. Next thing you know, children will be playing violent video games. Oh my god. Terrible. Alright. Hostile takeover of childhood. Oh, that's... okay. I don't care about the advertising. The ethics of marketing to children. As if the TV hadn't already been doing that. This is such a weird thing to me, because even when you have children's programming on TV, you still have ads. Now, a lot of them do market towards parents for very young children, like baby formulas and things are obviously not marketed towards babies, but as soon as you're old enough to understand what games are, you know, you see all the cartoons, and then in between, you see all the ads for games, or, like, you know, Hungry Hungry Hippo, or Ella Fun the Elephant, or Sky Dancers, or, any sort of thing that would have been popular at the time. That's marketing towards kids. I don't understand how this would have been any different. Just the fact that there's a greater amount of children in one particular space. So, Elephant, Hungry Hungry Hippos, those were killer. They were! They're ads for YouTube Kids videos. Yeah, but that's more of a recent thing. This is in the 2000s, I'm assuming? Yeah. Which is stupid, because like I said, that was already happening on television, right? Like sock and poppers, fucking bop it, skip it. Like, there's so many things that were directly marketed to children, because I'm sorry, no parent is going to look at any of those and go, oh yeah, that seems fun. Oh yeah, that's great. No, it was 100% marketed towards the kids so that they would bother their parents to try to get whatever was new and trendy. Like, heckin', like, I don't know, that's so weird to me. That's so weird to me. Card packs are just kid gotcha. I suppose so. Yeah. Sock and poppers. Back in the 70s, toy commercials were considered unethical. Yeah. And so I think that this is just a continuation on that. But to be fair, anytime there's any sort of change, there's always people who are going to fight against it. Like, I think the most recent thing that comes to mind for me was I saw a video about when they were outlawing, like, drinking and driving, and there were interviews with people, and you could see that people were like, this is, like, unethical, this is, I think it was an American one, obviously, because I was like, this is un-American, this is unconstitutional, like, you can't take this away from me, like, after a long day at work, I deserve to be able to have some beers to, like, unwind on my way home, and, like, now, that's unthinkable, that would be a thing. Like, one of the people that they interviewed was a woman with a kid in their car, right? but it wasn't considered weird to be doing that at the time, and so they fought back against it when that change was put in place. And this is kind of a similar thing where we're looking at it from our point of view, you know, how many years in the future, like 20 years in the future. So I'm looking at this, I think this is fucking stupid, but maybe at the time it was, you know, more of an issue. I don't know, I can't say. Advertising was in games on the side. No? Yeah. I mean, a lot of things were like that, I feel like, but... Yeah, that was Skip It, Reimu, right? It was literally just a broken ankle waiting to happen. The amount of times I fucking got terrible bruises from that fucker. It's just a circle, and you put your foot in it, and you spin it around, and jumped over it like a skipping rope. And I specifically stopped using one of those when one of my friends in elementary broke her leg. I mean, technically it was her ankle, but we didn't, you know, everything wasn't a leg when you're a kid, right? So she broke her ankle, and then they couldn't get it off of her, because you have to point your toes to, like, pull this stupid loop on and off of your leg. So they had to, like, cut it off of her in the ambulance. Because she couldn't point her toe with her broken bones. So yeah, I stopped using it after that. The toy that was a lawsuit waiting to happen. A lot of them were back then, honestly. Because like that one had issues. Sock and boppers were like you just punch kids with inflatable things. So if one of them happened to pop, you would just straight up like punch someone in the face. Also, sure, it was like inflated, but you could still give someone a concussion with those. Sky dancers I believe did have a lawsuit because a kid pulled it and then it like gave them a face injury because instead of going forward and up, it went back towards them. Yeah, there were a lot of things that weren't necessarily safe. You loved your child-friendly punching gloves? Yeah, right? Oh my god, just absolutely insane. It's not to say that they weren't incredible amounts of fun, but, yeah, not one of these things was ever safe. You love the insanity. Yeah, I feel like, I mean, obviously, I can't say anything about anything that was earlier, but I feel like kids' toys in, like, the 90s and 2000s were interesting. Certainly interesting. Wasn't there a child science kit that had radioactive materials? I wouldn't be surprised. Even like easy bake ovens, the amount of kids that ended up with scars and stuff. Skip It was released in 19... I'm surprised it lasted that long. Jesus Christ. Wow. Okay. Those days were the best time though. I feel like we might see it as the best time because we're looking back with rose-tinted glasses, you know, given that we were children and didn't really have anything to worry about for the most part. Good old nostalgia. Yeah. Like, I feel like if I asked my parents if that was like the best time, they'd probably say that I was fucking crazy. Because, like, I know there were times that, like, Pa Hart was really stressed because he almost lost his job, or there were, like, weird economic things that, like, obviously I didn't have to worry about as a kid, or, like when 9/11 happened, like, I was a kid, I was like, ooh, scary, but I didn't really think about it past that, right? And then, but, like, adults, or anyone who had to fly to work, that was probably incredibly stressful for them. Housing crisis, yeah, yeah. So, like, I think we're like, yeah, you know, good old days, but we were also kids. I feel like not having to worry about anything past, you know, what small things were in our world at the time, obviously makes us think better of a time period. That's not to say that there definitely weren't things that I think, or I wish, would still be a thing, right? Like, I find that there's a lot less kids on Halloween doing things like trick-or-treating because people are very safety-minded when it comes to letting their kids go around and get things, which is somewhat understandable, but also means that, you know, that wandering around the community part is gone. The costumes are much less a thing, except for maybe if it happens to be a school day. Which, yeah, the world can be a weird and crazy place, so some idea of safety is necessary, given that, you know, I used to run around with a gaggle of children and be in charge of all of them while I was a child myself, and running off to parks and around just completely unattended, which on one hand I think was really great. On the other hand, I can see why people are less likely to want that to be a thing. The mini cars that kids can drive around in, oh my god, those were so fun. I love those. I never had one that was motorized, so ours were always get someone to push you or have your feet run along the bottom as if you were a Flintstone, but I had friends that had motorized ones, and Jesus Christ, those went pretty damn fast. Let's see. Oh, there's not much left, but I don't honestly think I care about the rest of this. So I think we're gonna move to the next one. The motorized ones were dangerous. They were. Those things went so fast. Like so fast. No one should ever let me have one of those ever again. Oh my god. Don't have rose-tinted glasses for the past, but understand the feeling. I mean, I think everyone has their biases, even if you don't necessarily consider it rose-tinted glasses. Like, I had a shit time in what would be considered middle school for a lot of people. I ended up, I wouldn't say bullied, but I was like heavily betrayed by someone I thought was my best friend, and then spent the next good like year and a half with no one talking to me. So if you ever wonder why the hell I'm as clingy as I am sometimes, that would be why. But like, I still have fond memories of things that did happen in time periods around then, you know? Just because if I was having a shit time, that didn't mean that everything was hell, right? Or like, just because I was having a bad time in those years doesn't mean that other things that were good weren't happening in those years. Maybe not for me, but for other people. And so I can look back on that and like realize that, you know, there were other things that are doing, you know, things that were important in that time period, or things that actually helped other people. But also, of course, I was a child at the time, meaning that I didn't really have a better understanding of what was going on in the world. Do you mind where they... Oh, do you know where they are now? Know where what is? The high school? Nothing lives cobbling together tied. I can't. Maybe my reading comprehension is set to leave me. Hello, Nas. We're doing well. We're doing well. Oh, the backstabber. I have no fucking clue. I think I've said before that like there's like 2 or 3 people that I hate that I've ever hated in my entire life, and this person is one of those people. I, though patently refuse to look it up. I don't care how they're doing. I don't care what they're up to. I don't want to know. I don't want to bring that into my life. I'm very much like, if I don't want to think about someone, if I don't like someone, let alone if I hate someone, I'm not about to spend my time and effort paying attention to them. I think that's a crazy thing to do. Like, I only have so much time in my day, and I would much rather spend it doing things that I enjoy doing, you know, playing games, setting things up for later times, drawing, hanging out with my bunnies, hanging out with you guys, playing games. I think I've said playing games twice. But you know, there's so many other things that I could do with my day, and honestly, I just don't care. I don't care how they're doing. Maybe karma's caught up with them. I don't know. Maybe it hasn't, and that's fine too, because in the end, it was a pretty good life lesson in general. Was it also trauma? Yeah. But it did teach me a lot of things that, you know, if I didn't learn then, I would have had to learn later in life. So, you know what? It is what it is. It's the best attitude, but if you wanted us to do something. I need you to know that I had a friend, for not this person, but the second person that I hate, and when they learned why I hated this person, they were like, I know someone that could theoretically just get rid of this person. And I was like, no! You do not call out a hit on this. What the fuck is wrong with you? And she was like, well, you know, it's just, you know, it is what it is, right? Like, are you sure? And I was like, yes, I'm sure. No fucking, what the fuck? Yeah, cause, you know, I feel like if you search far enough, even if you don't know someone who's, in a gang or something, you probably will know a person who knows a person. And, yeah, so that's an offer that I will always refuse. You know, I might be a thief, but I don't need that. I don't need that on my hands. Wild AF story. I don't have gang connections. I have a friend who had a friend who had gang connection. No, a friend who had cousin who had gang connection. Anyway, it certainly wasn't me, and it certainly isn't for me. That is not something that I am interested in. 0%. No, no, no. I am far too much of a fucking scaredy cat for anything to do with that. Nope, 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 nope. You're a phantom thief, not a scum thief. Exactly, exactly. YouTube is asking to become a member of your channel. What? What? You're already an informant. That's silly. I knew this guy, who knew this guy, who knew this guy, who knew this guy's cousin. Yeah, essentially sexy. Yeah. Where are we again? How did we get here from Neopets? I have no fucking clue. I don't know. we were doing a thing. That's a lie, Neat. You're lying. Why are you lying? Why did the fan noise suddenly pick up? Oh, I know why. Because there's no music. Let me turn the music back on. let's move on to something other than Neopets and whatever the hell happened to whatever it was that we were talking about. Sweater curse. The sweater curse, or curse of the love sweater, is a term used by knitters and crocheters to describe the belief that if a knitter or crocheter gives a hand-knit sweater to a significant other, it will lead to the recipient breaking up with the knitter. In alternative formulation, the relationship will end before the sweater is even completed. The belief is widely discussed in knitting publications, and some knitters claim to have experienced it. In a 2005 poll, 15% of active knitters said that they had experienced the sweater curse firsthand, and 41% considered it a possibility that it should be taken seriously. Despite its name, the sweater curse is treated in knitting literature as not a superstition governed by paranormal forces, but rather as a real-world pitfall of knitting that has rational explanations. Several plausible mechanisms for the sweater curse have been proposed, but it has not been studied systemically. The existence of the phenomenon is anecdotal and may be related to confirmation bias. Knitters may remember breaking up more clearly after giving a hand-knit sweater, which represents a significant investment of money, effort, time, and romantic imagination. Although the existence of the effect remains uncertain, it's a common belief among the knitting population, and several plausible and non-exclusive mechanisms for the sweater curse have been suggested within knitting periodicals and books. Unlucky timing. Knitting a sweater takes a long time, and the relationship dies of natural causes during its making. Catalyst for analyzing a relationship. Giving or receiving a significant gift, such as a sweater, may cause either the giver or receiver to evaluate the relationship. For example, the gift may seem too intimate, too domestic, or too binding to the significant other. It can be seen as a signal that makes them realize that the relationship is not reciprocal, prompting them to end the relationship before it involves obligations. Similarly, the reaction from the recipient of the sweater could show pre-existing issues in the relationship. If the gift is met with ingratitude, indifference to the giver's effort has been described as potentially a sign of more worrisome indifference, although not always. Aversion. The significant other may simply not want to wear anything hand-knit. A hand-knit sweater can also subject them to ridicule, either because the sweater looks bad, i.e. poorly made or unfashionable, or it conveys overly domestic connotations. Misdirected attention. The knitter loves the sweater a little too much and pesters the significant other about the sweater. Alternatively, the knitter loves to knit too much and spends too much time with their knitting instead of with their significant other. I'm sorry, Delmond. Avoiding the curse. For many knitters, making a hand-knit gift is an emotional experience, an extended affection, meditation on the person receiving the gift. A metaphor commonly used by knitters is, I knit my love into every stitch. Since giving too significant a gift too early in a relationship can evoke apprehension, knitters have been advised to match the gift to the stage in the relationship, beginning with hats, mittens, scarves, or socks before graduating to sweaters. Many knitters also wait until marriage before a sweater for the significant other. Common sense advice to knitters is that they should determine whether the recipient would ever wear a hand-knit sweater. Knitters have also been advised to involve the significant other in designing the sweater, i.e., choosing its design, colors, and materials, and following their suggestions, even if the knitter objects. Several books or practical design advice for avoiding the sweater curse exist. That's kind of crazy, but at the same time, you know, I feel like it's not that weird. I feel like a lot of cultures have like a avoid this thing because it's bad luck. Even if it's not necessarily relationship based. For example, I'm pretty sure that it's Chinese culture, in which you don't ever buy your significant other shoes, because that is apparently a thing that they'll like walk out of your life, I think is the way that it's said. And then not significant other related, but in a lot of places you're never supposed to buy yourself an opal, because it brings bad luck, especially a black opal. But if they're gifted to you, it is considered incredibly lucky. Yeah. It's very odd, but I think that there's actually quite a few things that are kind of, they've got this weird connotation about them. An opal. An opal. 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 Must be a mainland thing? Oh, maybe. I don't know. Ooh, I kind of want, what is the Curse of the Ninth? Classical music. Ooh, I want to read that. What if you buy it to give to someone to give to me? No, I think that that's still unlucky. Where would you get the opal to give it if you didn't buy it? No, but if you keep it, like if you buy it for yourself, that's unlucky. Yeah. The Curse of the Ninth is a superstition connected with the history of classical music. It's the belief that a ninth symphony is destined to be a composer's last, and that the composer will be fated to die while or after writing it. Oh, there's a bunny in my vicinity. I was wondering what that noise was. Oh, I see. Well, I see what you're doing. Okay. What if you steal the opal? I mean, technically that's not getting it for yourself. The Curse of the Ninth superstition originated in the late Romantic period of classical music. According to Arnold Schoenberg, the superstition began with Gustav Mahler, who, after writing his 8th symphony, wrote Das Lied von der Erde, which, while structurally a symphony, was able to be disguised as a song cycle, each moment being a setting in a poem for a soloist and orchestra. Then he wrote his 9th symphony and thought he had beaten the curse, but died with his 10th symphony incomplete, because it wasn't technically a symphony. Understood? This superstition, however, has only hatched by Mahler, or was only hatched. Before him, Beethoven and Schubert had died before or while writing their 10th symphonies. Upon realizing this, Mahler created the Curse of the Ninth and led this superstition into popularity by seemingly proving it true. The superstition has, however, lost popularity, and while it's spoken about, proof of it has not happened recently as it did in the era of Beethoven or Mahler. As Maddie Shaw Robert writes, the Curse of the Ninth is a great story, and it probably fueled a lot of the angst behind Mahler's heart-wrenching symphonies, but perhaps it's best to treat it as a superstition. After Beethoven, Schubert, and Mahler, some composers cited as examples of the curse include Malcolm Arnold, Kurt Attenberg, Anton Bruckner, Antonin Dvorak. Oh, Dvorak is I like some of his work. Niels Gade, Alexander Glazunov, David Maslanka, Vincent Perchetti, Alfred Schnittke, Roger Sessions, Ralph Vaughan Williams, and Boris Tishchenko? Question mark. In 2012, composer Philip Glass stated, "Everyone is afraid to do a ninth. It's a jinx that people think about." I do enjoy some Tchaikovsky. I think, in general, when I played a lot of classical music, Chopin was my favorite. I really enjoyed playing Chopin pieces. Didn't really like Mozart, mainly because there was a lot of like really fast strings that it was more technical as opposed to like, yeah, I didn't enjoy playing it as much. They probably got the flu or cold and died. I mean, to some extent. Also because symphonies take quite a while to write, right? And you already need to have a lot of knowledge beforehand, which means that you're probably not super young by the time you... Shut up! It's fine. It's fine. Why do people even do that? To prove to the world that they have very, very large penises, when in fact they have fucking tiny penises. And honestly, generally speaking, not a problem. Now, on the other hand, these people are so into it that if you say that to them, they'll take it as a personal insult. And that's the reason that I say that. Because, like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Compensation behavior. Exactly. So that's why, if you say that to someone with a car like that, even if they don't, they'll get really fucking pissed about it. Because in their mind, that's something that they're worried about. On the other hand, if you're just a normal fucking person, great, fantastic, chill. If there's something wrong with your car, oops, sorry. But then usually you probably won't be revving it like that anyway. You'll be wanting to take it into a car dealership. I don't know, man. It pisses me off. It makes me so angry. Because, like, why? 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 Especially if you're in a city. Like, huh? Who the you can't even go fast. There's a light every block. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't understand. Genuinely thought it was on my end, not yours. Yeah. I don't often get them that loud, but it sounded like a Mazda or Toyota. Yeah, that's the thing I don't understand. Is you get a car like that, and then you soup it all up to make it incredibly loud so people look at you. And then you're just sitting there, chilling. Why? Why have you done this? I don't understand. I don't understand. I just don't get it. Albeit no speed. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's stupid. I think it's... Maybe in their mind, they think that it, like, makes them look super cool, right? Like, to them, it's super cool. Or if they're, like, their friends think it's super cool, then that's fine. You know, do what you enjoy. But, like, when you go through an area, especially when it's later at night, because there's so many people who, like, rev their engines like that. It's, like, 3 in the morning or something. And I'm awake, but a lot of people aren't going to be. Why are you doing this? I don't understand. Oh my god. And yeah, if they think it's cool, that's fine. I'm glad they do something that they like doing. But when you bother other people with it, that's, you know, there's the problem. Also, I feel like it's pretty common knowledge now that, like, if you do that and you're out in the public, general public consensus is that it makes you the opposite of cool. Doing that in a residential area? Yeah, exactly. I just don't understand. Sometimes it's cool. It's cool with a time and place, I feel like, right? Like, if you're in a place that suits having a car that is that loud, or that goes fast, or that does whatever, fantastic. But that place is not, like, 9 a.m. in a suburb or 3 a.m. in a suburb, or honestly just like any time in a suburb. Like, what? What are you doing? Yeah, it's fine, you know, it is what it is. I'll never be able to look these people in the face and ask them why, because I don't know anyone with a car like that. And when you hear them doing that, it's not as if you can just go out and be like, tell me why you're like this. Because they're not going to respond. It is what it is, though. The parking lot near your place of work is often treated as a streetcar rally and racetrack during the summertime. Oh. Interesting, interesting. What are they? I can't tell if the bunnies are close to me or if I'm going crazy. I might be going crazy. I think I'm crazy. That's probably fine though. It sounds like they're on my right side. Wait a second, I'm gonna pull this headphone off for a second. Yeah, no, it's just the mic picking it up. Okay, it's fine. I was like, the only thing to the right of me is a wall. There's like a little shelf that I put stuff on where my computer sits, and a wall. And I was like, what the fuck are they eating to the right of me? I'm going crazy. Wait. I mean, there's bubble wrap down there. Maybe they're eating bubble wrap. No, it's not moving. That's fine. That's fine. I'm really not sure what it is, though. Oh well. I'll figure it out someday. They're in the walls, quite possibly. Honestly, that is one of my biggest worries, is that someday they are just going to live in the walls, and it is going to cost me so much money. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I do have bubble wrap, though. From that one time we read the bubble wrap wiki. I do enjoy playing with bubble wrap, though. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh, that kind of sounds... Huh. Interesting. That's fun. That's good to know I can do that. Then one day when the bubble wrap disappears, I can still make fun popping noises. What was that? My nails against each other, but like with holding my hands a very specific way. sort of muffles the noise a little bit and makes it more elongated. Because otherwise it just sounds like this, which is not nearly as nice. Alright, let's go on to the next one. Ah, of course, the cult of Dionysus. The cult of Dionysus was strongly associated with satyrs, centaurs, and Selene, and its characteristic symbols were the bull, the serpent, tigers, leopards, ivy, and wine. The Dionysia and Lyne festivals in Athens were dedicated to Dionysus, as well as the phallic processions. Initiates worshipped him in the Dionysian mysteries, which were comparable and linked to the Orphic mysteries, and may have influenced Gnosticism. Orpheus was said to have invented the mysteries of Dionysus. It's possible that water divination was an important aspect of worship within the cult, rather. The cult of Dionysus traced back to at least Mycenaean Greece, since his name is found on Mycenaean Linear B tablets. Why are there just symbols? Alright, that's fine. Dionysus is often shown. Dionysus is often shown riding a leopard, wearing a leopard skin, or in a chariot drawn by panthers, and is also recognized by his iconic thyrsus. On a chariot drawn by panthers. I already read that. Why did I start there? Besides the grapevine and its clashing alter ego, the poisonous ivy plant, both sacred to him, the fig was another one of his accredited symbols. Additionally, the pine cone that topped his thyrsus linked him to Cybele, an Anatolian goddess. Ooh, I love Anatolian things. That's so fun. Introduced into Rome from Magna Graecia, or by the way of Greek-influenced Etruria? The Bacchanalia were held in secret and attended by women only in the grove of Similia. Rather, not Somalia. That's not at all similar. Near the Aventine Hill on 16th and 17th of March. Subsequently, admission to these rites were extended to men, and celebrations took place 5 times per month. The notoriety of these festivals, where many kinds of crimes and political conspiracies were supposed to be planned, led in 186 BC to a decree of the Senate, the so-called Senatus Consultum de Bacchanalibus. Inscribed in a bronze tablet discovered in Calabria, now at Vienna, which the Bacchanalia were prohibited throughout all of Italy, except in certain special cases, which must be approved specifically by the Senate. In spite of the severe punishment inflicted on those found in violation of this decree, the Bacchanalia were not stamped out at all, at any rate in the south of Italy, for a very long time. Dionysus is equated with both Bacchus and Liber. Liber, the free one, or Liber, was a god of fertility, wine, and growth, married to Libera. His festival was the Liberalia, celebrated on the 17th of March, but in some myths the festivals were also held on the 5th of March. Oh, interesting. This isn't the full history of it. Interesting. Dionysus sometimes had the epithet Acratophorus, but there's Acratophoruses, by which he was designated as the giver of unmixed wine and worshipped at. You know, I already said that reading is hard today, and really, this has to be the one, really. He was worshipped in Arcadia. We're gonna go there. In Cyon, he was worshipped by the name of Acrorides. As Bacchus, he carried the Latin epithet Adonis's ruler. Egobolus's goat killer was the name under which he was worshipped at Potniae in Boeotia. I need you all to know that usually when I read things like this, the words don't have to be said properly, given that they're just in my fucking head. I hate this. Another epithet was Bromios the Thunderer, or he of the loud shout. As Dendrites, he of the trees, he's a powerful fertility god. Dithyrambos is sometimes used to refer to him, or to solemn songs sung to him at festivals. The name refers to his premature birth. The Liberator was an epithet for both Dionysus and Eros. Other forms of gods of that fertility include the epithet Samos and Lesbos. Inorchus with balls, or perhaps in the testicles, in reference to Zeus' sewing of the infant Dionysus into his thigh, i.e. his testicles. Great. Other form of the god. Nope, read that already. Why are we going back there? Okay. Yeah, so that's just a lot of, here's all of his fucking names, I guess. Interesting. Now, the interesting thing that I'm thinking of is, like, everyone knows Dionysus, or like the general idea of Dionysus as being part of the pantheon, but he actually had one of the oldest cults, like pre there being like a proper Greek pantheon. His cult had already been around and had existed. I believe it was, no, never mind. That's what I was gonna say. It started off on one of the small islands. I think that was actually one of the cults of Aphrodites, who also had a really, really interesting history. Bronze Age cult. Yeah. It's he's been around in cult worship for much longer than the rest of the pantheon, himself and Aphrodite. Lots of Greek gods had cults predating what is considered proper Greek culture. Yes, exactly. His is just one of the oldest, I believe. Originally a god of chaos or something. Yeah, he was kind of like shoved into the role of like the god of like wine, fertilities, and parties and shit. Whereas originally he had, much more chaotic, morally gray sort of leaning, which was kind of similar to what happened to Aphrodite, because originally she was a war goddess and a goddess of love and fertility. But though it depended on the cult, because not all of the places that worshipped her as a war deity, and not all of the places that worshipped her as a love deity. So eventually, because there was already war gods, multiple, I mean Ares being the most well-known, but there were aspects in other gods and goddesses, sort of wheelhouses, for example. So they decided to just kind of nix the war part when they made the pantheon proper. War and love do have similarities. Yeah, to some extent, for sure. I mean, I feel like most wars in further history are probably started from, like, you know, either things gone terribly wrong or crimes of passion. But yes, I quite enjoy reading about ancient history, as it were. This is actually quite the short little section on the cult of Dionysus. What if we just click Dionysus? Is that gonna give us a lot more? Oh yeah. God of wine, vegetation, fertility, festivity, ritual madness. There we go. Religious ecstasy and theater. Yeah, ritual madness and chaos were kind of a lot more, like, prominent for him previously. Yeah, he was a god of, like, chaos and madness, as well as the god of, like, parties, frivolity, festivity, and fertility. Go crazy, go stupid. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I'm really not sure when the theatrical bit got shoved in there. I do love that his symbols are like, oh yeah, the grapevine, ivy, theatrical masks, dick. Yeah, but he's got a really interesting history. Oh, yeah, they've written a decent amount on it. The Bacchic Mysteries, the Elysian Mysteries, Orphism, yeah, Importation to Rome, Bacchanalias, yeah. So they brought up a lot of the Bacchanalia, which was, yeah, very much a Roman thing. Which is interesting, given that I thought that when they mentioned the cult of Dionysus, they would have been going farther into history as opposed to more modern things, but that's kind of neat. And he ended up with a lot of names. So many names. Christ. Wow, kind of interesting. I'm not going to read that entire thing out to you guys, though. Not happening. Alright, Time Cube, though. We can read the Time Cube. Time Cube was a pseudoscientific personal webpage set up in 1997 by the self-proclaimed wisest man on Earth, Otis Eugene Jean Ray. It was a self-published outlet for Ray's Theory of Everything, also called Time Cube, which polemically claims that all modern sciences are participating in a worldwide conspiracy to teach lies by omitting his theory's alleged truth that each day actually consists of 4 days occurring simultaneously. Alongside these statements, Ray described himself as a godlike being with superior intelligence who has absolute evidence and proof for his views. Ray asserted repeatedly and variously that the academic world had not taken Time Cube seriously. The website registration expired in August of 2015. The Time Cube website did not have a homepage as such. A large amount of self-invented jargon is used throughout, often never defined. In one paragraph, he claimed that his own wisdom so antiquates no knowledge that a psychiatrist examining his behavior diagnosed him with schizophrenia. Addie Robertson of The Verge commented that Ray's theory of time is an incredibly confusing one, peppered with racism and homophobia. people today. Are you just making circles of the neighborhood? Are you kidding? Alright, anyway. Ray's personal model of reality, called the Time Cube, states that all of modern physics and education is wrong, and argues that, among many other things, Greenwich Time is a global conspiracy. He uses various graphs, along with pictures of himself, that purport to show how each day is really 4 separate days: sunup, midday, sundown, and midnight, formerly morning, early afternoon, late afternoon, and evening, occurring simultaneously. The following quotation from the website illustrates the recurring theme. When the sun shines upon Earth, 2 major time points are created on opposite sides of Earth, known as midday and midnight. Where the 2 major time forces join, synergy creates 2 new minor time points we recognize as sunup and sundown. The 4 equidistant time points can be considered as a time square imprinted upon the Earth, the circle of the Earth rather. In a single rotation of the Earth's sphere, each time corner point, rotates through the other 3 corner time points, thus creating 16 corners, 96 hours, and 4 simultaneous 24-hour days within a single rotation of the Earth, equated to a higher order of life time cube. That's not a sentence. Ray offered $1,000 or $10,000 to anyone who could prove his views wrong. Do you think I would prove him wrong if I just walked up, hit him across the head, and was like, "Have I hit you once or 4 times? Teehee." Do you think that would be fine? 'Cause like either way, I would get to hit him, and if he says I only hit him once, then I win $1,000. Right? I feel like that's a win either way. Ray spoke about the Time Cube at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology in January of 2002 as part of a student-organized extracurricular event during the independent activities period. He repeated his $10,000 offer for professors to disprove his notions at the event. None attempted it. Probably because they thought it was stupid. John C. Dvorak wrote in PC Magazine that meta sites that track crackpot sites often say his is the #1 nutty site. He also characterized the site's content as endless blather. When asked by Martin Sargent in 2003 how it felt to be an internet celebrity, Ray stated it was not a position he wanted, but something he felt he had to do, as no writer or speaker understands the Time Cube. Ray also spoke about the Time Cube at the Georgia Institute of Technology in April of 2005 in a speech in which he attacked the instruction offered by academics. In 2005, Brett Hanover made Above God, a short documentary film about Ray and Time Cube. The film was likely named after one of Ray's websites in which he criticized the idea that God exists. Hanover's film won awards for Best Documentary at the Indie Memphis Film Festival and the Atlanta Underground Film Festival. The song To the End of the World on Ailstrom's 2017 album, No Grave But the Sea, makes several references to the Time Cube concept. The song Time Cube on Honest Bob and the Factory to Dealers Incentives 2004 album, Second and 18, contains excerpts from one of the Time Cube rants. Oh, interesting. The temptation to find this stupid site. What? Socrates lives here? What the fuck does this mean? I like vaguely understood kind of the stupidity he was going for like the 4 corners rotating and therefore becoming 16 corners. Why the fuck does Socrates live at midday, Clinton at sundown, Einstein at midnight, and Jesus at sunup? What? Oh yeah, the bottom of the page does have an archive version of the website, it does seem like. Yes, official website archived at the Wayback Machine on May 6th of 2015. So, you know, if you want to look more at TimeCube. The layout and writing style of the TimeCube website. Okay. Earth has 4 corners, simultaneous 4-day TimeCube. In only 24-hour rotation, 4 corner days, cubes 4 quad Earth, no 1-day God. Free speech in America is bullshit. Evil educators block and suppress timecube.com. You are educated evil and might have to kill the evil one teaching educators before you can learn that 4 corner days actually exist. But all cube truth denied. Dumbass educators fear me and hide from debate. This man really wanted you to kill your fucking professors and tell them that you were murdering them in the name of TimeCube. TimeCube. He was on some grade A crack, quite possibly, yeah. The sad vertical slice of the viewpoint of a man slowly falling into insanity. Quite possibly, yeah. That's certainly something. Certainly something. I still don't understand how there's just people in there, but like, you know, it is what it is, I guess. I mean, I don't think he was ever properly diagnosed, but he did get the behavior diagnosis of schizophrenia. I don't think that this person oh, never mind, he did. Yeah. In one paragraph, he claimed that his wisdom was so out there that he got diagnosed with schizophrenia. Okay, yep, no, he was a diagnosed schizophrenic. Miss Ma, hello. Hello, Miss Ma. I love you, Miss Ma. I hope you're doing well. I love you, Miss Ma. So he self-reported. He did. He was like, oh, my wisdom is so great and vast, so antiquates no knowledge that someone who couldn't understand me diagnosed me as schizophrenic. As if he's not just schizophrenic, you know, it is what it is. Morning blues. Oh, here, wait, I'll give you a hug. I'm sorry you're having morning blues, Miss Ma. After all, you only deserve the best. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you do so well. All the hugs for Miss Ma. Indeed. Exactly. And then I guess, yeah, everyone else also wins. The true winds of trickle-down economics. The Tanuki economy. Kisses and hugs for Misma. And then suddenly, we can claim these for ourselves. Wait, what does this hot sauce sound like? I don't think alerts are needed, but they should theoretically be pretty low. Oh, sorry. I just hit my water bottle with the hot sauce. It's the hot sauce that I had for the Batsu wheel for my birthday. It is Melinda's Buchalokia hot ghost pepper hot sauce. It was actually decently spicy. Yeah. It's hot, like 1 million Scoville units hot. Heat level 5 out of 5. Yeah, that's what it says in the bottle. It was pretty good though. To be fair, I do really, really enjoy hot, spicy things, so I thought it was a good time. Angelo Nobel, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, the squeak. Yeah, that would be hand there. I can't get it to do it every time, but sometimes when my hand moves from the silicone onto the metal. No one heard the sirens. There are no cops in the raccoon world. Alright, let's see what else there is. Ah, yes, of course. The email loop. An email loop is an infinite loop phenomenon resulting from mail servers, scripts, or email clients that generate automatic replies or responses. If one such automatic response triggers another automatic response on the other side, an email loop is created. The process can continue until one mailbox is full or reaching its mail sending limit. In theory, the email loop could last indefinitely. Email loops may be caused accidentally or maliciously, causing denial of service. Although rare, email loops involving more than 2 participants can also occur. Email loops are not as common today as in the past due to changes in email software, both on the client side and server side, that prevent automatic replies to vacation responses and bounced email responses. Cost of an email loop. Bandwidth. Email loops use up unlimited bandwidth over networks. Processing time. They will take up processing time and could slow down other processes. Disk space. Automatic emails are usually stored in the mailbox of participants. Human time. Network administration usually has to intervene and fix the problem. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Or to clean up the inboxes that therefore need it. Also, the mailbox user and owner will have to delete the numerous responses in order to clean up the mailbox. Reputation damage. If an internet loop involves a large number of people, that can result in reputational damage for the organization. Recipients of the loop may perceive it as spam, which can damage the sender's reputation and result in future emails being filtered to spam folders. Security risks. An internet loop can also pose a security risk if it involves sensitive information. For example, if an email containing confidential information is caught in a loop, it can be sent to unintended recipients, resulting in a data breach. There are also legal liabilities, productivity loss, and resource consumption. You remember a comedian who had purposely created an email loop? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm pretty sure that there are actually, laws or rules in place against that now. Causes. Autoresponders, such as automatic on-vacation replies. Email bounces due to, for example, exceeding the inbox disk quota. Replies to indicate that mail has been delivered. Replies to email read receipts. Misconfigured email servers that try to deliver messages to systems that pass the message along to another host with a loop leading in a circle. Prevention. The mail system should retain headers of incoming email while performing any type of auto-forwarding operation. Autoresponder. Do not send more than X replies to the same sender. Headers hinting at autoresponders. Remember to hide your passwords in email loops. Very secure. I feel like that might be the opposite of secure. Just maybe. Possibly. Possibly. Definitely. Alright, let's see here. Email storm. An email storm, also called a reply-all storm or sometimes a reply-all apocalypse, is a sudden spike of reply-all messages on an email distribution list, usually caused by a controversial or misdirected message. Such storms can start when even one member of the distribution list replies to the entire list at the same time in response to an instigating message. When other emails respond, pleading for the cessation of messages asking to be removed to the list or adding vitriol to the discussion, this triggers a chain reaction of email messages. The sheer load of traffic generated by these storms can render the email servers inoperable, similar to distributed denial of service attack. Some email viruses have also have the capacity to create email storms by sending copies of themselves to an infected user's contacts, including distribution lists, infecting the contacts in turn. On the 31st, Firth? The fuck is the 31st? On the 31st of May, 1987, Jordan Hubbard, using Arwal, intended to message every machine at UC Berkeley, but the messages were sent to every machine on the internet listed in etc. hosts. The message was not in email. On October 2007, an email storm was generated by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Why? How? What? Causing more than 2.2 million messages to be sent and exposing the names of hundreds of security professionals. Oh, Jesus. In early 2009, U.S. State Department employees were warned they could face disciplinary action for taking part in a massive email storm that nearly knocked out one of the State Department's main electrical communication systems. The computer virus that almost destroyed the internet? I don't know, maybe. I don't know. On the 18th of September 2013, a Cisco employee sent an email to Sept_Training1 mailing list that contained 23,000 people. Jeez. Requesting that online training be performed. The resulting storm of unsubscribe, Me Too requests and sarcastic facepalm images resulted in, by the time the list was closed, over 4 million emails, generating over 375 gigabytes of network traffic and an estimated $600,000 of lost productivity. Jeez. Oh, God. A nearly identical storm happened the following month? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That's crazy. Only 1 month later, and they fuck up again. Jesus Christ. Oh wow, and there's even some that are relatively recent. May 28th, 2019, an employee at the U.S. House of Representatives sent out a message to an email group called Workplace Rights 2019. The group contained every single House employee's contact. The email replies lasted over 2 hours. In 2022, a user made a pull request to GitHub repository belonging to Epic Games organization, taking several of the organization's teams. Notifications were delivered to the team members of the tag team, sending emails to around 400,000 members of the tagged Epic Games/developers team in the process. Furthermore, some individuals received an additional 150 notifications as a result of the ensuing comments submitted in response to the request. Epic Games uses GitHub to distribute source code for its Unreal Engine game engine and grants access to private repositories by adding users to the Epic Games/developers team, accounting for its unusually large number of members compared to other GitHub organizations. In December of 2022, a medical student at the Mayo Clinic, Alex School of Medicine in Arizona, was sent an email to several large distribution lists, which included employees of Mayo Clinic, Arizona, for an academic project. Over 3,000 individuals were on the receipt end of this email. Yeah, don't do this. I feel like all of this is just a terrible, terrible idea. Alright. I think that might be quite enough Wikipedia for today. Oh man, that's crazy. That's insane. I think I would just get off the internet if someone hit a reply all. The way that I want to play woo-wah right now. Maybe later. Maybe later. Maybe we'll do a shoot gory stream. Short, not shoot. I can't fucking talk anymore. Oh my god. Yeah, maybe. I've got to get some work done first, but maybe we'll do some woo-wah tonight. I won't be able to play for a little bit, so... How are you liking it? I haven't played other than the day that we played it for the very first time, so I'm excited to get back on it. And Strudel, thank you so much for the soup. I do appreciate it. Oh, thank you, Doodle. I appreciate that. Oh, I haven't gone on if they've already given us the free picking one. I haven't had a chance. I should probably do that, hey? Before the day rolls over. I'll have to do that. But one of the things that I have to get done that I was supposed to do yesterday and didn't do is record a script read for members. Because I know I haven't done quite enough for that in May. It's been a little crazy on my end, and I apologize. I'll try my best to make sure we get some bonus members content at the beginning of June. I'm so sorry. Angela Noel, thank you for the dono. I appreciate it. I didn't see what it said though. I should go look for that. That was fun and relaxing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, the script read that I'm going to be doing before I possibly do a woo-wah stream tonight is going to be not comfy. So honestly, I'm not too sad that the Yeti died for this particular stream, other than the directional part of it would have been nice, but it is, the title of it is I Will Break You, Darling. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to do this properly, but someone submitted it, and, you know, therefore, I thought I'd try it out. Will it work out? We'll see, but I'm gonna try to get that done. And then I'll see if anyone else submitted anything else as I'm trying to get ready for June. Oh, I should show you guys my schedule for next week. It is very skint. Here, I'll put this up. Yeah. So next week's schedule is very skint compared to my usual, because I'm going to be taking a short vacation period for myself. A lot of the girlies who were on vacation have recently come back, so I felt like I could take some time off. Also, I do realize that a lot of people, some of my mods included, are going to be away at Offkai. So I figured, alright, if everyone else gets to go away and have fun, I might as well do something for myself as well. So I'm gonna spend some time with myself and maybe try to reach out to some friends. I think that would be fun. But also, I'm not sure if Offkai is going to be streaming the panels again this year. And if they don't, I'm gonna fucking have a fit. I'm gonna have a fit. I'm gonna have an absolute fit. Because for those of you who don't know, some of the V&U girlies are going to be doing a panel again this year. And I want to see it so badly. So if they don't stream it again, I am going to scream. Let's hope they don't screw up the archive this year. Yeah. But honestly, I'll just take it if I can get it, because there's a lot of girlies that either I'm friends with or I support now that I would love to see a lot of their panels, and sadly, that's not how that's gonna work for me if they don't stream it. So honestly, if they don't stream it, but some of y'all are going, if you can, like, record it, I don't know, I'll pay you in script reads or something, I don't fucking know. Oh, it's gonna be so cute, and I'm so excited. I'm sure the girls are gonna do so heckin' well for it. You're going, you'll be stopping by the panel, yay! Well, hopefully no one will need to record it. Hopefully it will just be streamed and exist anyway, but I don't really know what's going on with that this year, so infiltration time, yeah. We'll have to make do with what we got, perhaps. Yeah, it is what it is. Sadly, there's, we can do stuff sometimes, but what is Offkai? As far as I'm aware, it's a convention for, like, VTuber content and aficionados. So a lot of the panels are done by VTubers. And then it's a place for, like, fans to get together and see VTubers and get content and buy stuff at artist alleys. It's kind of just like an anime convention, but VTuber specific. So, I think very fun. It'll be streamed, really? That's exciting. Okay. Yay. I didn't draw this, Battle Ranger. I didn't draw this. Serenity did. EST. I'll have to get up early. It's fine. I'll get up early for them. Oh, thank you for the super jello, Noel. Slim schedule kind of works for you since you have to finish 12 paper reviews. Oh god, good luck. Oof, good luck. That is one thing I will never miss about academics. Oh man. I have had one paper published in my life, and never again do I want to have to go through that process. That was the process that told me that I don't want to become an academic, which means that I didn't want to be a university professor. As much as I think the teaching part of that would be fun. Good luck to you. It's one of the bad parts, but you love research. Yeah. I like learning and researching things, but I don't like the over analysis and the burden of like doing a lot of things that come with it. So to be fair though, I wasn't exactly in a field that was like, when you research things, they're actually new things. Given that my direction was like literary things or historical things, neither of which is necessarily, you know, you can't exactly prove new history. It's not exactly how that works. So it was a lot of like application of theoretical insights into existing like literary media. Which, fun sometimes, you know? But it's not always the most interesting. It might be field dependent. Theoretically is my day job. Yeah, I mean, I like thinking of things. And I say theoretically a lot, so obviously I'm not against theory, but there's only so many times you can apply, like, Nietzsche to a piece of writing, or look at a time period through a socioeconomic lens, or, you know. New things are being discovered in history all the time, yes. But not generally by the academic historians. Usually the things are discovered by, you know, like architects, not architects, archaeologists. Architects. You guys know what I mean, it's fine. The people who actually go into the field, right? And then that kind of gets funneled towards the historians. And then it's not so much approving as it is fitting that into the rest of the puzzle, right? You get a piece, try to make sure that everything goes shh, don't worry, that everything fits into where it's supposed to go, and then you look at the theories, right? Does this fit with what we know? Does this change what we know? That's the fun part. But that's only if it is something that specifically deals with your time period. So, it is what it is. Oh no, for sure it could bring new info to the table. Like I said, I did enjoy that part of it, but again, for academic historians, you have usually a time frame specificity that is the area that you work in, and mine happened to be in recorded time, or like modern recorded time. The time frame that I worked with a lot was the time frame in and around World Wars I and II, which there's not a ton of lost things. I mean, there are lots of stories that come up, right? Because you always get things passed down by families, diaries, newspapers, but there's a lot of pre-existing print. And there's a lot of things known about that particular time period. So a little less interesting in terms of things that are groundbreaking coming out. My own fault. I picked a time period that not necessarily quite as interesting academically, but I thought it was a lot of fun. How often something totally groundbreaking was found in a broken cardboard box in the basement of a museum? Yeah, that's really true. Alright, let me see if there's anyone else doing anything quiet. It was an amazing time for hearing personal stories. Yeah. Exactly. Pretty fun to learn about, but not the best for academic breakthroughs. Yes, exactly. It was always very interesting, but trying to write papers or books, less fun. Lucky, thank you for the 5 gifted. I do appreciate it. If you did manage to get one of these lovely gifted memberships and you were here, please do make sure to thank our lovely Lucky. And welcome on in. So new stream ends. I'm gonna eat something and then I'm gonna get to that recording, I promise. Even before I open Wua. Alright, let's see. Who is up and around? I don't think she does ASMR, so I'm gonna leave that one off. No, Nanimo Navi is a cute but loud girly whirl. Well, Maya sometimes does ASMR. What's she doing? Oh no, she's definitely not. Vigra, thank you for the supas. Or not supas. Oh my god, I'm fucking brain dead. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. I do appreciate it. Again, if you were gifted a membership, please do make sure to thank our lovelies here. This time, please thank our lovely Vigra. And welcome on in. Thank you, Vagrant, for the super. For realsies this time. I do appreciate it. To every breathing close to the mic, honestly, that's not really even all that heavy. That's just in general. But thank you guys for coming out. another post for those of us who want to do more wiki recommendations for later. So I'll try to do that, or I'll try to remember to do that. Did I get through all of the recommendations? I've gotten through a good portion of them, yes. Not all of them though, so if I did miss yours the first time around, you can always feel free to put it in again. But yes. Yes, this is the end of the stream. Apologies. There is high chance of a gory stream late night tonight. In a couple of hours. I don't know if I would start at 1 AM or 2, but we might be doing some woo-wah. I've just got to get some work done first. I need to get you guys another script read for membership. Because March has been just a little... It's May. May has been a little chaotic. March is fucking 2 months ago. Oh my god, Cyon! My brain is a puddle, I swear to god. This is what I get. It's fine. It's fine. I'm allowed to say that. I am actually ill. So I am taking actual antibiotics, so I feel like it's okay if my brain is a little more mush than usual. I, in fact, almost fainted in a store today. But I promise I'm actually fine. Like, I'm actually so fine. It's just a side effect of the medication and the fact that I already have low blood pressure. So... No, I'm okay, I promise. Don't worry about it. I just did too much, more than I was supposed to be doing, so... But I'm feeling much better now, because I'm actually sitting and resting the way I'm supposed to be doing, and not booking it around town, trying to pick things up. But I'm sure I'll be right as rain soon. Hadn't heard from you in 8 hours. You mean sleep? Sleep is important. It is. Probably. Look like there's anyone else doing anything soft or ASMR related tonight, so I guess we just end it as we go. But thank you guys so much for chilling with me and for enjoying the wiki reads. I'm really glad that other people also enjoy doing this, and I'll see you in hopefully a couple of hours. Take care. I'll see you soon. Sayonara.